Okay, I'm going to start by apologising for not posting my weekly recipe. That was purely because there was a lot of building work going on in my house and I couldn't actually access the kitchen. So today we're going to talk about a really, really important topic. Don't worry, there's a recipe every week from next week. That's every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. You can hold me to that. So we're going to talk about a really important topic. This is cardio while bulking. And we're going to decide whether cardio fits in with a bulk. So stay tuned. Cardio and bulking. It almost sounds counterproductive to talk about them both in the same conversation, because the whole point when you're bulking, you need a surplus of calories. That surplus of calories will help you build muscle and in turn add weight. But you can, without cardio obviously, build a lean physique. You can get the desired physique. There's plenty of people that don't do cardio, they just do weights 4 to 5 times a week, that have really, really good physiques and they're ripped and everything else. But obviously they've got a diet down to the T. I'm not saying you don't, you might very well do, but cardio can be a helping hand for sure. First of all, there are days where you will deviate, where you'll go over. You might have that extra ice cream or that cake for someone's birthday, or go out for some drinks. And adding cardio to, say, a weight session will help you burn the extra calories you've consumed as well. And that's great for starters. And it will allow you to eat more, which I sometimes use it as a form of say, just counterbalancing what I've eaten. But my forms of cardio, usually I run, I either cycle, I do some rowing, and the rest is kickboxing. I do boxing and I do mixed martial arts as well. I'm not saying you have to do everything I do, but that's probably why I get away with having extreme cheat days sometimes, well, not sometimes, once a week, and then go back straight to my normal diet, which is, I'm in a surplus. I usually add 100 or 200 calories extra to my surplus. And then there's metabolic conditioning. And what metabolic conditioning is, basically the condition of your, in a nutshell anyway, the condition of your heart. So imagine you're doing high reps, so say you're doing 10 to 12 reps, or you're playing a sport, say football or something. This is your condition when you're doing that. So if you're adding cardio into the mix even, what you're doing then is you're improving your metabolic conditioning. So imagine you're doing a 10 to 12 rep set and you want to get obviously 10 to 12 reps. That's your goal weight, your goal rep range, sorry. And doing cardio will allow you to achieve that better and maybe even go beyond that. Also allow you to recover quickly between those sets, and even strength sets as well, because you'll have more capillaries, you'll train your mitochondria as well, and yeah, you will have a lot of benefits from that. It also increases blood flow, which helps nutrient uptake. So it's kind of an active recovery. So say if you're doing weights one day, you do cardio the next, it will actually help you recover. The cardio will help you recover. And when I'm talking about cardio and bulking, I don't mean run for 1 hour or run 20K. I mean 20 minutes, 3 times a week, 20 to 30 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week even. This does obviously depend on body type. So if you are prone to putting on weight in the form of fat, I suggest 3 times a week, 20 to 30 minutes. If you are a hard gainer like myself, I suggest 1 to 2 times a week at 20 minutes. And then if you sit at a desk all day, I recommend you do 2 to 3 times a week again. If you're in an active job, say you're in construction or something where you're moving around a lot, like a postman or something along those lines, what I suggest is doing maybe 1 to 2 times a week, especially if you're trying to bulk. But the way you implement this is you can do maybe 10 minutes at the beginning of a session, either on a treadmill, rowing, or cycling, whatever suits you. I know some people don't like running because of the knees, it can be quite harsh on the knees. And then at the end of that session, either attack the battle ropes, do some cycling, but in a form of HIIT. So you're doing a 10 minutes slow, steady state at the beginning, and at the end of your workout, you're doing a HIIT style. I'll do 1 minute off with 30 seconds, no, 1 minute on, sorry, 30 seconds break, and repeat, and do that for 5 minutes. And if you do this 1 to 3 times a week, depending on your body type, depending on the amount of calories you require. Like I said, if you're a hard gainer, once a week. And I'll put that all in the description below just so you have a better understanding. But those are my guidelines for adding cardio when bulking. Obviously, like I said, I do a lot more, but that's just me because some days I do go over a lot. And obviously the most important thing about cardio, it works your heart, it keeps that pumping. And if you're gonna do a cut after you do a bulk, I definitely advise doing some cardio. Otherwise you come to your car, you're trying to do the cardio and you just can't do it because your body's not used to it. That's to do with metabolic conditioning again. So if you keep up the cardio while you're doing a bulk, just do less of it. When it comes to a cut, the cardio will be a lot easier and you'll be able to push those boundaries a lot higher. Say you're running 3K, you could run 5K, for instance, or something similar. I try and throw in one outdoor run a week, and that's probably between 3 to 5K, whatever I can do really. And that's just, I like the fresh air. I tend to run in less busy areas where there's not traffic, either run in a park or a forest if you can, something similar. But when it comes to the gym, one of my favorite cardio is probably cycling, because it builds and strengthens the muscles around your knee and helps the joint as well. I do that at the end of sometimes leg sessions, just to burn it out fully. Not that they're not burned out enough already, but I just think, might as well kill them off and get the cardio out of it as well. So if you're thinking of just ditching cardio, the thing is, I advise doing some cardio. Add it in, even if you do once a week in the form I said, 10 minutes before, slow, steady state, bring it to a jog, and then do 5 minutes here afterwards. Even if that's once a week, that's a hell of a lot better than just not doing it at all. You don't want to find yourself in a poor health situation and be in great shape, for instance. That's not what we're aiming for. We're aiming for a healthy life, a healthy physique. We want to look good and feel good, and trust me, you can build some good quality muscle while doing cardio as well. Do not listen to the misconceptions out there. If you overkill it, you will increase cortisol levels, which will drop your testosterone, and you will lose muscle 100%. But if you're following the guidelines I said, there's no chance you will lose muscle. You would, if anything, if you start to lose weight, just add a bit more calories, add a bit more food. If you can't add the food, taper back the cardio slightly. There are always ways to play around with it, adjust it to suit you. Everyone is different, and I completely understand that. So I hope you enjoyed all those thoughts. If you have any questions, comment below. Sorry if this was a bit more of a rant, but I just had to get it out there because I am doing cardio. I want to give you what I'm doing. It might not work 100% for you, or you might have to tweak it a bit for yourself, but I just want to let you know exactly what I'm doing and exactly what I advise people to do when I see them. Because a lot of people do a clean bulk and they're just having way more calories than they're burning, and they end up with fat stores. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a massive thumbs up. I thank you for getting this far, and thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and everything else. It means a lot to me for sure. And if you, like I said, if you enjoyed it, share it, subscribe for future videos. 3 videos a week, one Monday, which is usually in the form of a vlog, one Wednesday, sorry I miss Wednesdays, I know, but that's going to be a recipe, and then Friday will be a more informative style video like this. So until the next video, keep pushing those limits.